GSPN First Take is presented by Bass Pro Shops.
Morning, Geatland. I'm Stephen Alfred Smith, and this is GSPN. First take. All of the Geats here at GSPN wish you a pleasant day ahead. Fortunately, this production starts with a noteworthy report and plenty of takes to be had.
Indeed it is. I'm Shepard Bailey. This publication begins with developing reports regarding Denmark and the herald monster of the Danes, Grendel. Last evening, son of Ecgtheow Beowulf, accompanied by 14 fellow Geats, completed the spectacular task of murdering murderous mammal Grendel.
An extremely momentous occasion for King Hrothgar of Denmark this is. Finally ridding his once glorious hall of Herod's slaughter, terror, and desertion. A celebration is reported to occur within Herod's walls this evening. Plenty of meat needs to be consumed.
12 winters of terror, Hrothgar and all his Danes may finally celebrate the conclusion of this tragic, terrifying era of his kingdom.
Wait. GSPN is now receiving reports from its pigeon sources around Herod that Thy celebration within Herod has begun, and sources expect Thy celebration to stretch many slumbers.
This celebration begs the question, is Beowulf among the greatest warriors of our time, Stephen Alfred? And if not, what does he need to do in order to reach such a status?
Speaking not, he has faced only one true challenge, in Grendel.
I highly disagree with your opinion here, Stephen Alfred Smith. Matter of fact, this is among one of the worst takes I have ever heard in my journalistic career. You should be ashamed. Beowulf has done the impossible. He defeated one of the most daunting opponents of our time with only his bare hands. This monster terrorized the kingdom of Denmark for 12 winters. 12, Stephen Alfred. I see this as a brilliant accomplishment, which should make him a legend of our time in many forms.
Shepard Bailey, the truth stands here. Beowulf has one accomplishment to his name, the defeat of Grendel. Other than that, Beowulf has much more space to improve, and it's an overstatement to say that he is in quote-unquote his prime.
Stephen Alfred, before Beowulf's emergence within Denmark, no man in the land of the Danes could defeat the great beast Grendel. Beowulf is the only man to defeat Grendel, and no other man will ever accurately claim such a defeat. He is the GOAT!
Wait, Shepard, we're receiving word from another pigeon source in Herod that a great tragedy has befallen the fierce warriors. The mother of Grendel, angrily following the defeat of her son, has stormed the hall in a frenzy, taking with her Aegir, the best friend of King Hrothgar. King Hrothgar has pleaded to Beowulf, asking that he embark on a journey down to the depths of where the wicked monster Grendel and his mother resides. The news is Hrothgar is reportedly offered another boatload of gold as a reward if Beowulf avenges Aegir's kidnapping.
Wow. Stephen Alfred, assuming that Beowulf defeats the mother of Grendel, which I really think he will, you've got to adjust your argument against Beowulf. Multiple impressive accomplishments at a prime age in such a short time surely must equal the thing of legends, like Julius Caesar at his peak.
If Beowulf manages to kill Grendel's mother, then maybe this means Beowulf is starting to dip into his prime, but he's still far off from his true prime. He's currently quite similar to 2010 LeBron after making the first NBA Finals. There's far more good still to come from Beowulf.
That's something I can agree with. The presence Beowulf brings is immense, and he does have far more to do.
Wow, we agree? This is unheard of. We now will end our show after a huge news day in Geatland. Geat Center After Dark with Scott Van Presley will begin shortly. Have a good night!
Play. GSPN First Take is presented by Bass Pro Shops.
I'm Shepard Bailey, and this is yet another episode of GSPN First Take. Stephen Alfred, have you got any new developments for us?
We will now begin our show after receiving reports from our pigeon sources in the air around the swamp in which Grendel and his mother reside. Beowulf and his geats have arrived at the swamp, with Beowulf carrying the sword of Runting, and the geats plan to wait outside the marsh for his return.
That's what is the episode! That's what is the goats! The goats!
Alright, that's a bit much for me, Shepard.
Beowulf is an unstoppable force, and these monsters are simply movable objects.
Shepard, we don't even know if Beowulf is to defeat or even duel with Grendel's mother. You are overreacting. In fact, are you suffering from meteorites? What has gotten into you?
I am not drunk! I simply am just very excited for this young man, Beowulf. How dare you accuse me of alcoholism on this set, Stephen Alfred?
Our pigeon sources still have yet to report back on whether or not Beowulf has emerged from the swamp. This may take a while, and Shepard may not be here when we come back, based on his constant dosing.
I'm awake, Stephen Alfred! All you spew is nonsense.
Whatever you say, Shep.
Hold on, I'm getting a developing report here. Uh-huh. No way. Stephen Alfred! My pigeon source has informed me that Beowulf has risen from the swamp.
Is this source reliable? How do you know this, Shepard?
I told you, it's my pigeon! Beowulf is officially the greatest man of our time. He has left the swamp with the head of Grendel and a hilt, which, I don't know where that came from, but he's got a hilt. But I told you, Stephen A.
My goodness! Maybe I was wrong to say that Beowulf isn't in his prime. I sincerely apologize, Shepard.
Thank you, Stephen Alfred. This begs a question. Should Beowulf become the king of our great Geatland following the end of his uncle Higelac's reign?
I find it rare to agree with you, Shepard. But here we are. Yes, Beowulf should be Geatland's next king.
Wow. I cannot believe this has happened. Us agreeing multiple times in a week? I can't think of a time where that's happened, Stephen A. I see this as a momentous occasion that now is a great way, to end this show. Thank you, Geatland, for listening as always. And have a good night.
Cheers!